Yo, what's up, Starkies? You're tuned in to Starky Stories, the realest spot on YouTube where stories hit harder than real life. I'm your host, Chrome Starks, bringing you wild tales, street legends, urban thrillers, stories to keep you locked in, whether it's truth, fiction, or something in between. You never know what you will get, but trust me, it's always worth it. So hit that like, smash that subscribe, and get ready to tap in with the vibes. Welcome to Starky Stories, where every story got Stark in it. Let's go. A deadly live stream. The murder of Finney Dar legend and Bubbly. On the evening of June 8, 2025, the Las Vegas Strip became the backdrop for a chilling real-life tragedy. Rodney Finley, known online as Finney Dar legend, and his wife, Tanisha Finley, affectionately called Bubbly, were fatally shot while live streaming near the Bellagio fountains. The incident, captured on video, has since sparked widespread outrage and raised concerns about the dangers of online feuds spilling into the real world. Rodney and Tanisha Finley were a married couple from Phoenix, Arizona, who had gained a following on YouTube for their engaging live streams and content. Rodney's channel, Finney Dar Legend, boasted over 6,000 subscribers, with Tanisha often appearing alongside him, contributing to their shared popularity. Friends and fellow content creators remembered them as kind-hearted individuals who were always supportive and generous. The tragedy was the culmination of a prolonged online dispute between Rodney Finley and Manuel Ruiz, known as Sin City Manny. The feud reportedly began in 2023 when Ruiz allegedly pepper-sprayed Tanisha during a confrontation over the following months. Tensions escalated through social media exchanges, with both parties exchanging insults and accusations. Ruiz's online presence, under the names Sin City Family and Sin City Mannywise, had been marked by controversial content and confrontations with other creators. On the night of June 8, 2025, Rodney and Tanisha were live streaming near the Bellagio fountains when Manuel Ruiz approached them. In a video captured by bystanders, Ruiz is seen walking toward the couple before pulling out a firearm and opening fire. The live stream abruptly cuts off as the camera falls to the ground, capturing the ensuing chaos and panic of bystanders. Police responded promptly to the scene, finding both victims with gunshot wounds. Despite efforts to administer aid, they were pronounced dead at the scene. Following the shooting, Manuel Ruiz fled the scene, discarding his clothing and firearm in an attempt to evade capture. He later turned himself in to authorities and was charged with 2 counts of open murder with a deadly weapon. Ruiz claimed he acted in self-defense, stating he believed Rodney was reaching for a weapon and that Tanisha was holding a shiny object he mistook for a firearm. However, investigations revealed no weapons were found on the victims, and surveillance footage contradicted his claims. The incident has sparked widespread condemnation from the online community and beyond. Many have expressed concern over the potential dangers of online feuds escalating into real-world violence. Fellow content creators and fans have paid tribute to the Finleys, highlighting their positive influence and the tragic loss of 2 individuals who brought joy to many. The deaths of Rodney and Tanisha Finley serve as a somber reminder of the potential consequences of unchecked animosity in the digital age. While online platforms provide a space for expression and connection, they also carry the risk of fostering conflicts that can have devastating real-world implications. This tragedy underscores the importance of addressing online harassment and promoting positive interactions within digital communities. the tragic disappearance and murder of Gabby Petito. In the summer of 2021, the United States was captivated by the story of a young woman named Gabby Petito, a 22-year-old who set off on a cross-country van life adventure with her fiancé, Brian Laundrie. What began as a dream road trip ended in heartbreak and a nationwide search that exposed a disturbing truth. Gabby and Brian left their home in Florida in July 2021, traveling across several states in a converted camper van. Gabby documented their journey on social media, sharing scenic photos and videos that inspired thousands of followers. Their trip was meant to last several months, but it quickly became clear something was wrong. In August, a troubling 911 call was made from a hotel in Moab, Utah, where police responded to a domestic disturbance involving the couple. Body camera footage showed officers separating Gabby and Brian, with Gabby appearing distressed but refusing to press charges. Despite the warning signs, the couple continued their journey westward. By late August, Gabby's family lost contact with her. When she failed to return home or answer messages, they reported her missing. Brian Laundrie returned alone to Florida in early September, but he refused to speak publicly about Gabby's whereabouts. A massive search was launched, with volunteers, law enforcement, and the media following every lead. On September 19th, Gabby's remains were found in Wyoming's Bridgetine National Forest. The autopsy later confirmed she had been strangled to death, a brutal end to her young life. Shortly after Gabby's remains were discovered, Brian Laundrie himself went missing. After weeks of searching, authorities found his remains in a Florida nature reserve, along with a notebook confessing to the killing. Gabby Petito's stories sparked conversations about domestic violence, mental health, and how missing persons cases are handled, especially those involving young women. Her case highlighted the importance of listening to warning signs and taking domestic abuse seriously. The cruelty of jealousy, the murder of Shanda Sharer on a bitter cold January night in 1992, 12-year-old Shanda Sharer stepped out of her father's house in Madison, Indiana. Like any typical preteen, she was full of life, with bright eyes and a promising future ahead. She gave her mother a quick hug and a kiss goodbye, but neither of them knew it would be the last time they would see her alive. This is the tragic story of a young girl's life, stolen by cruelty born from jealousy, peer pressure, and dark obsession. Madison, Indiana, was the kind of small American town where everyone knew each other. People trusted their neighbors, and the pace of life was slow and steady. But beneath this quiet surface, tensions were building among a group of teenagers, a volatile mix of emotions, friendships, and breakups. Shanda Sharer had recently moved to Madison and quickly made friends at her new school. Among them was Amanda Heavrin, a 15-year-old girl with a complicated social life. Amanda had recently ended a relationship with her girlfriend, Melinda Loveless. Melinda, then 16, was known in their circle as volatile and intense. She had a history of troubled behavior, often acting out violently. When Amanda started spending more time with Shanda, Melinda's jealousy became all-consuming. She was unable to accept that Amanda was moving on. On January 10, 1992, Melinda enlisted the help of 3 other girls, Lori Tackett, Hope Rippey, and Toni Lawrence. They formed a chilling plan to confront Shanda and scare her away from Amanda. What began as a plan to intimidate Shanda quickly took a terrifying turn. On that cold winter evening, Melinda called Shanda, pretending Amanda wanted to meet her. Trusting the call, Shanda snuck out of her home and got into the car with the four girls. The drive started quietly but soon turned sinister. The girls took Shanda to a remote location in the woods. There, their actions escalated from threats to physical violence. Shanda was tied up and beaten repeatedly. The girls taunted her with cruel insults, feeding Melinda's growing rage. The abuse went on for hours, with Shanda pleading for mercy. Melinda's jealousy turned into a dangerous obsession. She was determined to hurt Shanda, not just physically, but emotionally and psychologically. Eventually, the girls drove Shanda to a gravel road near a forested area. Still bound and helpless, Shanda was doused in gasoline. Despite her desperate cries, Melinda set her on fire. Shanda's burning body was discovered the next morning by a local farmer. The sight was gruesome and heartbreaking, a young girl's life taken far too soon. In a way no one could have imagined. The shock of the crime rippled through Madison and beyond. The four girls were arrested, but initially no one knew the full extent of what had happened. As the investigation unfolded, details emerged about the night of terror and Melinda's role as the ringleader. At trial, all four girls faced justice. Because they were juveniles, none received the death penalty. But Melinda Loveless was sentenced to 60 years in prison. Laurie Tackett, 60 years. And Hope Rippey and Tony Lawrence received 20-year sentences each. Shanda's mother, Jacqueline Vaught, became an advocate for victims of youth violence. Remarkably, she publicly forgave Melinda Loveless years later, and even supported her in prison rehabilitation programs, showing a profound capacity for compassion in the face of tragedy. This case remains one of the most brutal examples of juvenile crime in American history, a chilling reminder of how unchecked emotions and peer pressure can spiral into unspeakable violence. Shanda Sharer was just 12 years old, a girl with dreams, hopes, and a future cruelly cut short. This tragedy is a call to action for parents, teachers, and communities to watch closely the emotional and mental health of young people, and to intervene before jealousy and anger turn deadly. You've been watching Starky Stories, True Crime Edition, right here on Chrome Stark's channel. If that story gripped you, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a case. We cover the real, the raw, and the chilling, and we want to hear from you. What true crime cases do you want us to dig into next? Leave a comment below with your suggestions. No story is too big, too small, or too dark for Starky Stories. Till next time, stay aware, stay safe, and always question the shadows.